3.
Do not have your hands in your pockets. This is weird. I'm hiding shit. Looks like I'm about to pull out a gun. 2 reps went before I even had a team in Tampa. Yeah. Just because of real sales dynamics.
Yeah.
Okay, so this program's strictly meant for low power users.
Can you go ahead and grab a ladder? I'm like, what? Yeah, just go and grab a ladder. I need to check your attic. Do I need to check their attic? No. So we're just heading up to our first ever RSD live event. We decided to do this workshop just a week back and we immediately sold out. Next time that we're doing one of these boot camps, make sure to RSVP day of so you can go ahead and reserve yourself a spot. Now let's get to it. All right, thank you. Bye.
All right, guys, just to give some perspective, I'm actually out here in the parking garage. The venue is a little bit tougher to find than we had initially expected. And I think that I've hung out down here just about enough. So let's go ahead and get back to the event.
But now it's all about internet, right? Even cars and meat were all first sold, what? Door to door. That sounds way too good to be true. That's crazy. Are you telling me right now that I can get onto my cell phone, that out of nowhere there's gonna be this smartphone where we can pull up literally the entire library of the entire world in 5 seconds or less? Everything that we think is normal now was considered too good to be true at a time. To start this up, I just wanna do a quick little icebreaker, and I think a good icebreaker would just be paying someone. Everyone stand up real quick. All right, so it's best 2 out of 3. As soon as you're eliminated, just come over here.
I don't know what it is. I've never done that.
Let's go over here. Well done, brother. Next up, we're going to prospecting training. So our job is to make friends, collect autographs, right? That's all we're doing, is we're getting a couple signatures from customers, and we're saving the world, right? The fact that we're still using natural gas for the predominance of our power right now is insane. The fact that customers are now spending 39% more just in the last 3 years in FPL. In areas like in Duke, the utility rates went up 32% this year. What happens, and this is like a basic economics thing, but the more difficult it is to refine something, the more expensive it's going to get. So if we get to the point where we need to start refining even more, right, then the price will then go up. This is why fracking businesses go in and out of business on a consistent basis. Because if the price of, let's say, oil goes down a bunch, because Saudi Arabia decided, hey, we just want to screw with the United States, 1,000 fracking companies will go out of business the next day. All right, one of my favorite quotes ever is, you're paid in direct proportion to the problems that you're capable of solving. Elon Musk, he solves a lot of problems, right? That's what he's really, really good at. He figures out a certain thing, and then he hires the right people who can provide the solution, and then he sells it. He's a salesman, right? He's also an engineer, and he does a lot of other things, but at his heart, he's a sales guy. In our job, there's the easy part. The easy part is the pitch, it's the close. That's the easy part. It's maintaining customer expectation is the difficult part. I believe this job can be a career. That's how I've treated it for the entire time that I've been doing it, right? I sell year round. And what that provides for is stability in my life, stability for customers, and never getting bad at this job. The moment that you let off the gas for a bit, you get weak. And you'll hear about this with athletes on a consistent basis. If they're not training all the time, they try to jump back into it and they immediately get injured. Well, injured for us is going to a close after close, leaving for a while, going to them again, and not being able to close anyone because you forgot what actually made you good. So what we'll be training on is, people want to work with people they want to do life with. If you don't lead your customers, they will lead you. The more afraid you are of appearing awkward, the more awkward you will appear. The reason why you seem awkward, you're like, geez, oh God. Or you knock a door and you're kind of weird. It's because you're actually afraid of looking weird. That's all that's happening. If you believe that you'll be bad at this job, you're gonna be right 100% of the time. 100% of the time. If you trusted that every 5th homeowner you knocked would become a customer, you would knock 80 doors a day. What prevents that is fear of the unknown and listening to self-defeating belief. And so it's really important when we're on the doors, I knock a door, hey, how's it going? Great. When I'm going to that next house, even if they're rude or they're doing something wrong, I take that energy, right? I whoosh it away and I go to the next house. Because that next house, that next customer does not deserve that. I'm gonna need you to go to grandma level, so can you get a bit lower? Hey man, what's going on? My name's Carlos, how's it going, brother? Right? That's a little on the intimidating side, especially if it's a little old lady. Hey, how's it going? My name's Carlos. Hey, did anyone from the meter team stop by in the last couple weeks? No? Okay. So they were just supposed to follow up on a notice that got sent out to you from Tico about your utility bills going up. About how much are you guys spending right now?
No comprende.
Oh, perfect. All right, good man, good man. But you have to mirror that. You have to mirror that with the customer, right? That limited expression makes people feel awkward and like you're hiding something. Here's some just gang tips. Whether or not you do solar or anything, moving forward in your career, in your life, do not have your hands in your pockets. This is weird. I'm hiding shit. Looks like I'm about to pull out a gun. If I am standing in a row and I want to present myself as astute, do not put your hands over your stuff like this, right? This, again, looks like I'm hiding something. Do not fold yourself up and curl yourself in. All of that body language is trash. It's all ways of hiding yourself. So they might buy into you. They might be like, you're such a nice guy. You're a great guy. But this isn't for me. You have a wonderful day. That's the worst. I'd much rather hear, I hate you, right? Because that means I did my job incorrectly, right? All I do is build rapport, not knowledge. Right? If they say something like, yeah, no, I just need to look at a couple quotes. Or I don't make rash decisions. I don't make rash decisions is another way of saying I don't trust you. They have really bad credit. The minimum credit requirement for any lease or loan is a 650, right? We pulled in a partner recently who can do 600, but still they have to have some kind of credit. Is get whatever information you can from that person. Like tell me about the neighborhood. What's changed, right? Like, where were there break-ins? That's a good question if you're working in the hood. Like, yeah, I heard about there was a break-in about a week ago. Oh, you know about that. And it just adds, you want the tea of the neighborhood.
You're not farming, right?
Huh?
Farming the area?
Farming the area. Yeah, you're just generating information. And the more information that I can generate, the more I become the local solar guy. So the first step to a pitch is break preoccupation. What's the second step?
Curiosity?
Create pain. Pain, right? That doesn't mean you punch the person in the face, right? And then we build value or build intrigue.
Intrigue or curiosity?
Yeah. Fourth step is to pull back.
Provide solution.
Mm-hmm.
And then pull.
And then fifth is value exchange, right? So I'm going to break down step by step in just a moment here how that works. But first, I just want to go ahead and actually just do a pitch. They went up, right? They went up 300% in those last couple years, right? So just two quick things. Would you agree that you're going to continue to lose electricity in your house?
Yeah, of course.
Of course, right? And if there was a program that would lower you guys' electricity bills by about 40 to 60%, would you guys do that?
Well, depends what kind of program.
Okay. Have you guys looked into solar before?
No, I'm really not interested in solar.
You know what's funny is that Diane down the street mentioned the exact same thing. Unfortunately, the person that she was speaking to said that she was going to have to spend about $80,000 out of pocket. Were you guys in that camp?
Yeah, I kind of looked into it before. I really don't want to make changes to this house. I'm not going to be here for
Yeah, I totally understand. She had the same concerns. The main thing was this, is that
5695.
Okay, by the way, to get any single person's phone number ever for the rest of your life, just say 2 different area codes randomly and they just give you all the information. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and grab some lunch. I want you guys, every single person here, to try to find one weird fact about someone else that's here.
Now it's time for a lunch break.
Because the longest time, I had a team at one point in Miami of 22 reps. And 22 reps before I even had a team in Tampa. Yeah. Just because of real sales dynamics. They have a lot of money, but they were all this adder fees and just gotten into Miami. They didn't realize that Miramar was $35. Yeah, great red line. I was like, oh, that's amazing. But by the time we were done with it, we were at like a 2.8. But once you show,
I know for a month in Tampa, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I used to know in Tampa.
Yeah. I think in Tampa. The biggest thing with real sales dynamics that we've really wanted to create here is...
So funny story, we actually have a special guest coming to join us, so let's go ahead and let him in real quick.
What's up,
Look at this guy.
bro? Good to see you. Good to see you too. How we doing?
Well, how's it been? How's it been?
It's been sensational. I'm so hyped to be back in Miami. So pop in, surprise the Miami team. Here we go.
This is such a surprise. Does Carlos know that you're here?
Nope, there's no idea.
Give us a reaction. This is gonna be great.
It's gonna be awesome.
So, last thing on pitch, during each portion of your pitch, you should fill it with leading questions in order to figure out how to sell them. So, a leading question in court cases is it's a really bad thing to do. Attorney is, how often do you hit your wife?
What the?
Dude!
How you guys doing?
Real quick, actually, just while we have you, can you go ahead and do your pitch?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'll be the homeowner.
My job is super simple. I just have to see this graph. Have you seen this graph?
Yeah. Of course,
Okay,
yeah, the bill.
so this program's strictly meant for low power users.
You notice with the pitch, right? You heard my pitch earlier. There's a similar thing going on here. First, we're breaking preoccupation. Secondly, he's bringing up the problem, right? In their case, that has to do with Chula Vista and a bunch of other stuff that I've already forgot off the back of my head. And in our case, they switched over the power lines back in 2019 from coal to natural gas.
At the end of the day, once you really truly understand what's going on here, it's an amazing thing, right? Every month, these people are spending money at their utilities and they're just throwing it in the trash can, right? But what they're able to do is now change where their power is coming from and build equity into the home.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, come in. All right, and keeping that person consistently engaged in the conversation. What can happen as well is if I ask a question like, you guys just got a new roof, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Which company did you guys choose and why did you choose them?
We choose our local company.
Okay, so local matters to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Were they the cheapest?
They're kind of like in the middle.
The middle ground, right? I'm sure you guys got some quotes that were way below and you're like, yeah, that sounds about too good to be true.
I'm not so sure about that, so.
Yeah. And honestly, you'll find that all over the place. What really matters is you know those guys are going to stick around for a long time. But you also know, as you've already smartly picked, and by the way, are you happy with the roof company that you guys chose?
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Of course you're happy, because what you did was you didn't go for the cheapest one. You went for the one that actually made sense. And it's usually the middle ground, and that's usually where we fit. And I can now bring that up again after I'm done closing them. If they say they're gonna shop around, what you do is you explain to them how to shop around. If they say they're gonna shop around, okay, so if you're gonna shop around, I know everyone does it, it's totally fine, I get that, right? I'm coming from my heart. The things you're gonna wanna go ahead and take a look at are what's the average PTO time? Do you know what PTO means?
No.
It means permission to turn on, right? The second thing is that you want to take a look at how many permits they're actually pulling per year. Because if someone comes in and their quote's way, way lower, they're like, oh yeah, this guy just told me all the reasons why that quote might be low, right? You're setting yourself up for success. So if you're walking away from your close and you're worried, oh man, they're gonna totally shop me, they're going to shop you. As we talked about earlier, whatever you think's gonna happen internally is going to happen in the real world. Categorizing customers. So this is a trick that I got really used to doing when I was actually doing social work. Because most of the people that I was dealing with usually fell into about 3 different categories of people, whatever problems that they were dealing with at that time. I found the same thing in mortgages, I found the same thing in flooring sales. And then in solar sales, you'll find the same categories of people everywhere. Yes, they all have their own individual lives and experiences, and every single time we lose a person, we lose a library. All of that's true. Yes, they're all angels, right? But at the same time, people can categorize in about 5 different ways, right? There's the shopper. Yeah, I've looked into a bunch of different solar companies already. Dude, that's weird, because if you did, you'd already have solar on top of your house. What held you back? Complete conviction. So again, I'm gonna redo that one more time. So just, no. Yeah, I didn't think you're eligible anyway. Close iPad, start walking out. No, I am, right? Go ahead and grab a driver's license. They give you the driver's license. Okay, cool. So are we doing this? I mean, yeah, of course we're gonna do this. This makes sense. It's like, okay. See, okay, right? Because what they're trying to do is, they're trying to show you that they know more than you, and you are not backing down. This is again why I like working in the hood. Because it's all this machismo stuff all over the place. What you doing? When getting into the house, work to control where you're sitting and if the prospect moves with you. Okay, so let's say I'm in a house. I just got in a house. Where should I talk with these people? Where should we sit down?
Living room or table?
Table. Not the couch. Why not the couch? People don't make deals on the couch. Also, there's a lot of gross couches. Another important thing is this. Do not put yourself in a situation where you're sitting down and they're standing up. Right? What am I doing right now? I'm talking to all of you guys because I'm standing up. I'm sitting down right now and I'm talking to all of you, it's really weird, right? Because this is a natural animal instinct thing with this person's above me. So if the person repeatedly is just not sitting down, you have to get them to a position to get them to sit down. What are things you can do?
Try to show them something.
Move them around, right?
Oh, come here, look at this.
You probably have seen a couple videos where I've said to people, can you go ahead and grab a ladder? I'm like, what? Yeah, just go and grab a ladder and you check your attic. Do I need to check their attic? No. Do I want to do it anyway? Sure, why not? So I get them to go grab a ladder, we go check their attic. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, no termite damage over here. Were there any other issues? Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and sit down at the table so I can pop all this in. They're like, oh, okay, great. Because again, I moved them around from one place and now I got them to another place. I'm gonna go up 12% per year. Everyone, when they start with Pacific United Power, gets a sales packet. It's a nice little packet where it explains every single place where to write every single thing down, right? Because if you can lead where their eyes are going, you can lead them to go ahead and click the little signature button. How do we figure out what the increase is? If I'm spending $200 a month right now, what am I spending in year 5 if it increases by 12% every year? You multiply it by 1.12. Someone do that math for me.
Count.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Do you guys understand how we did that math? All you guys do is pull out your phone, you pull out the calculator, you go 200, and you're going to times it by 1.12, and then you click it 5 times.
Yep, just like equal, over and over and over and over and over again. And you get to 5.
I thought we were just doing already.
This is how you build pain. The thing is that you have to get them to agree with that 12%. How do I get them to agree with me? By getting them to do things for me beforehand. I'm pre-framing them. They agreed to go ahead and grab the ladder. They agreed that it was a good idea to meet. They agreed to trust me. And now when we're getting this 12% thing, I've already explained in depth what the problem is. If I could get your bill fixed at $220 a month, so you never have to deal with that, would you guys move forward?
Definitely.
Right, anyone would do that. That's called a price anchor. I'm gonna show them $220 a month? No, I'm gonna actually show them less later on. But I don't show them the price right now. Very, very rarely, by the time that I know that I got them a 10 out of 10 on me, 10 out of 10 of the product, 10 out of 10 of the company, right? If I have them all their 10s and I show them that their new bill is gonna be $180, they're not going, wait, that's only $20 less. They're going, holy shit, it's not $352. So people buy on emotions, then they justify it afterwards. The Latin phrase for it is post hoc rationalization, right? That's a technical phrase. It's just people buy an emotion and then they create a reason why afterwards. So if you're not selling them on the emotional level, on the story, then they're not gonna buy from you, right? We're selling them the story. They're going to solve their problems and provide a world-class, easy experience to do it. This is where the last minute resistance shows up and when we redirect them to qualify for us. You're probably wondering, why doesn't everyone do this if it's that great? That's when you know you've smoked that sale, right? Wait, why isn't everyone doing this? I love that question. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of folks don't pay their bills on time. Right, just depending on where your area is you tailor the reasons why their neighbors haven't done it yet.
And lastly, questions and answers.
So I bet that closing, besides showing the emotion and, you know, convincing the person, it also has like some technical things that we need to like the closer as a closer needs to know and cover.
Know, yeah.
So, how could we know them?
Florida Solar Sales Handbook. Funny you ask. So
Okay.
whenever you join in, there's a 70-page book that explains everything that you're going to need to know A to Z. Because there is just like, I could go on for 8 hours. That's my kind of energy level. But you know, you're only going to be able to remember so many things. There you go.
Where you actually you have an appointment and you want to make sure that they stick to that appointment. What's the best way to? I was told it's called like the button up.
Yeah.
Where you button up the deal to where they can stick to that appointment.
Absolutely. So can a accountant need to be there at 6:30? Because unless there's a zombie apocalypse that's coming towards us that day, I'm going to be there and I'm going to be driving out about 40 minutes. Can I count on you?
Yes.
You good? Okay, great. Do you happen to have a calendar or anything else like that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just go ahead and note that in there.
Okay. Oh, so you have.
Yep.
Have them.
That's called the button up.
You actually have them put it in their calendar.
yeah,
right there.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my life going to someone's house and they're not there. It feels so sad.
It's like the same thing you said with like the calculator. You actually make them do the work.
Yeah,
Okay.
I make them pull out their calendar, and I always pull out my calendar as well. Do you happen to use a calendar? And old people always have it like on their, like, go back to your fridge and go jot that down. 6:30, you know, big Puerto Rican guy coming to my house or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, that button up is really, really important. And you do the button up on your clothes as well. You let them know all the steps to kind of move forward on that. And that wraps it up, our first ever RSD live event with special guest Jake Graham out of nowhere. This was amazing. It was great to be able to connect with a lot of the guys who actually watch this show, and that's what really brings this whole thing together. We're gonna be doing a couple more events with a little bit more leeway time in the future. As we mentioned earlier, we set this thing up 72 hours ago and immediately sold out. So let us know in the comment section which city we should be going to next. More importantly, click subscribe below and click on one of these two videos. YouTube thinks you're gonna like it a lot.